Hi, and welcome back to Slick Willy Fly. So today what we're going to do is this Marabou streamer, the Big Tasty. So this is my absolute favorite freshwater fly. I have caught just a ton of fish on this fly. I tied in a lot of different colors, different combinations of bead to Marabou, and I tied in a lot of different sizes, anything from 4 to 8. It's an awesome fly. We're gonna tie up another one with the same black and gray barring, and instead of yellow, I'm probably gonna go to a pink bead. What I have for materials is I'm using a size 4 wide gap hook, which you can see there. Tungsten bead. It's about a 3.3, I believe, and I'll use the same size. And the Marabou I've showed you in a previous fly. It is from Montana Fly Company and it comes barred. And I'm using Flashabou Mirage Opal for my flash. So yeah, so let's get in on it. Awesome fly. Be right back. Okay, so let's get started with the fly. This is again my absolute favorite freshwater streamer, the Big Tasty, and that name has a great little history. It's a Marabou streamer, like I mentioned earlier, but it was named by one of my good friends from Miami who came to Sweden for a vacation, and we ended up at one of my favorite lakes, and he just was getting a ton of bites and having great action on this fly in different colors. But so he named it Big Tasty. So what I just started with was 100 denier, and now I'm going to make a dubbing loop. I pre-prepped Marabou, like I mentioned earlier, and I'm just going to get everything going here and everything out of the way. So I'm going to use my brand new Shaman spinner, a little personal Christmas present to myself. And here is the pre-prepped Marabou. So it's the barred Marabou from Montana Fly Company, and it's also 2 strands of Flashabou Mirage Opal. And I just go ahead and put it in this dubbing loop, and now I'm going to spin it up. It's a little bit too short there. I don't like it to be too long past the thread. I don't want it to be too bulky, but it does have to actually have a chance to spin, as you see there. Now I'm going to take a needle and I'm going to work out some of this captured fibers. Some of the fibers are going to fall out, but that's fine. That's all part of the game. All right, good enough. So now I'm going to use the rotary function. I'm going to draw everything to the back. These first couple of turns, I'm going to do everything I can to keep it from moving forward, or else it just gets too clumped up forward. Drawing everything back on basically every turn. You do, I'm sure, see how I wiggle the dubbing loop around the hook point. Gotta be careful you don't break your thread off, your dubbing loop off. You know, I want to mention while we're at it right now that it really does help if you like and subscribe. So go ahead and do that while we have a minute here. We're just running up the thread, up the dubbing loop, up the hook shank. It's a smart idea to have a little bit of water handy so you could dip your fingers, so you don't have to put your fingers in your mouth like I do and end up with a mouthful of Marabou. This fly is by far my favorite fly for still water, where I'm just, you know, casting, blind casting and hunting for fish. I love this fly. I've caught perch, I've caught pike, I've caught a lot of different species on this fly. And it is absolutely deadly on the rainbows and the brown trout and on Arctic char. I've caught char with this fly. We're almost there. That's probably the last turn I'm going to get. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring everything back. Use my nail to create a little bit of space because I got to get my thread going. I got to capture this dubbing loop. And really, to make this fly durable, you need to seat that thread. And that's the whole reason I'm using this 100 denier. So I really want that thread to seat deep. Once you're happy with that, you cut off your dubbing loop. Just like that. So I just ripped off a little piece of Marabou. There's plenty of Marabou on this fly. In fact, this fly I could see already is going to be longer than what I prefer. So we're going to get a chance to have a pretty good tip on how I make sure the Marabou is a length that I like. So now it's just a whip finish. Making sure that that seats well, which it did, and I could trim off my thread. So the next thing I do, and really the last thing I do, is I dig out all the captured fibers. And again, some of this Marabou is gonna get ripped out, but that's fine. There's so much Marabou on this fly. What I don't want to rip out is the Flashabou, but even some of occasionally they get ripped out also. And again, it's fine. There's plenty. And I like to run it in both directions. And once I feel like I've done a good job digging out the captured, which it feels like I have, fly came out great. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean it up. And by clean it up, I have a couple of fibers that are going the wrong way. I just take my fingers and rip them out. And then I like to put on a tiny drop of fly finish on the knot. And the way I do it is I use this little hair clamp just to keep things back in the right direction. And I'm using just fly finish. You can use anything you want. I like this fly finish because it seems to sink deep into the knot. I just take my needle and put a drop right on the knot, just like that. And that's it. Makes this fly really durable. I could tell you that fly right there, as long as I'm careful when I pull it out of a fish's mouth, that I grab the hook and not the marabou, that fly will catch dozens of fish. This is a great fly. Very durable, great fly. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the camera angle because I can tell you that this fly is longer than what I like. Here, for example, is one, the length that I like. So this is a good amount longer than what I like. And the reason I don't want them much longer is I don't want a fish to come up and just bite the back half and miss the hooks. So we'll be back. I'll change the camera angle and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. So there it is. The same Big Tasty, black and gray Big Tasty with a pink bead. It's a tungsten bead. And this is going to be an awesome fly for still water fishing. Browns, rainbows, Arctic char, they're going to love it. And I already trimmed it, but basically if you find that the fly is too long, you never cut marabou. You just you pinch the marabou to the length that you want, and then you rip off the marabou, just like I did there. And that leaves your marabou with this great natural wispy looking fly, which is going to just look awesome in the water. Marabou just comes to life in the water. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And I promise that these Big Tasties are absolutely awesome in stillwater applications. I tie them on a bigger hook for saltwater applications. This is an awesome fly. This is a great, when you're just casting, trying to find fish, you don't see anything happening on the surface, the fish are feeding below. This is a great fly. Thanks again for watching. Good luck catching. See you on the next video.